Division strategy 3 is using a pencil, and we call it short division. This first example is short division, and you can do this once you know how to use your division grid to work out your division facts. We'll look at an example. You have 152 Smarties, and you share those between your 8 friends. How many Smarties are you going to get each? So the layout for this one looks a little bit different. You lay out how many Smarties you've got, 152, and then you put in the little bridge over the top. It looks a little bit like an L shape on its side, and then you lay out the number you're dividing by. It goes on the outside of that bridge, just like that. So it's 152 divided by 8. It just looks a little bit strange. So you work your way along. You first look at how many 8s go into 1. How many 8s are there in 1? Well, obviously, there are no 8s in 1. You can't put any 8s in 1 at all. So you put 0 at the top. And if you can't divide the number into the first number or into any of these numbers, you just carry that number across. So we couldn't use the 1, so we've still got it. So the 1 just carries across and sits next to the 5, and this now becomes 15. Okay? So we'd say to ourselves, how many 8s can go into 15? Oh, well, 8 can go into 15. 1 8 is 8. 2 8s are 16. So there's only 1 8 in 15. So we pop the 1 in there. There's only 1 8 in 15. And there'll be 7 left over. After 8, we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 7 left over. We call it a remainder. So if there's any remainders after you've done the division fact, the nearest you could get to 15 without going past 15 was 8. The remainder is 7, and we write that remainder in next to the next number, next to the 2. And now we say how many 8s are in 72, and that's a basic fact. That's 9. So that becomes our answer. No remainders this time, so our answer is 19. Okay, it's a nice simple one. If you want to look at a slightly more difficult one, look at the next example. It has the same system, but talks a little bit more about what remainders are.